This is the Echelon Connect EX4s Plus. Last year I made a video on the Echelon Connect EX4. This is the updated model.
So I'm gonna have to ask you to get off of
you under, please.
I'm seeing this bike here at COSTCO, and it comes with a 15.6-inch screen that flips 180 degrees over. So at first glance, it looks basically almost the exact same as the Echelon EX4s I did a video on last year, except for, we'll take a look at some of the details here. It has a bigger screen on it. So I made a video on the EX4s, and one of the things that I really didn't like about it was the small screen. It had like a 10-inch screen, and this one has a much bigger screen, so this is much more usable. And then also here we can see that the speakers actually face forward on this model, so you're probably going to get much more clear audio with the speakers facing towards you. So just like a lot of the other Echelon bikes, the tablet rotates over 180 degrees rather than side to side. So another thing I'm noticing here on the EX4s Plus at COSTCO is these handlebars are different than were on the EX4. So one of the things I didn't like about on the EX4 was the handlebars had very narrow tubing, and not only that, they were not adjustable forwards and backwards. These handlebars are adjustable forwards and backwards, just like on the GT Plus video I just made. And actually it looks like they are the exact same handlebars as on the GT Plus video I just made. So these are improved handlebars on the new EX4 Plus at COSTCO. And it looks like there are 7 levels of adjustments for moving the handlebars forwards and backwards with no hole to click into. The adjustment knobs are also really nice and grippy, just like on the GT Plus video I just made. Unfortunately, it looks like they're still rolling with the same exact saddle as on the original EX4 video I made. I didn't particularly love this saddle because it was so narrow and squishy, so I definitely do prefer the saddle on the GT Plus, the Echelon GT Plus that is. However, of course, you can adjust that saddle forwards and backwards with micro adjustments. The resistance on this bike I can see is a digital magnetic resistance. I can feel that rotating this knob does not physically adjust the resistance on this bike, so this does not adjust the resistance when it's not plugged in. So in order for the resistance on this bike to work, you probably have to have it plugged into the wall, and then it might even have automatic adjusting resistance, which that would be possible since it is a motor controlling this resistance. I don't know if that is true. I don't know for sure if there is automatic adjusting resistance on this bike, but it would technically be possible with the setup with the motor controlling the resistance. Checking out the pedals here, it is basically the exact same pedal that you see on a lot of Echelon bikes. These are good pedals I like. They have the SPD clip-in on one side, and the other side has the cage style pedal. So, you know, you don't need any special sort of shoes to ride this bike. You can just basically hop on it with your tennis shoes or clip in with SPD clip-ins. For raising and lowering the saddle, there are 16+1 levels of adjustment. Up here on the handlebars, you get 8 levels of adjustment plus max. There are holes to click into here on the front, and there's also holes on the back for raising and lowering the saddle to clip in for that extra security so the saddle won't slide down on you. Hand grips are nice all around. This nice rubber coated material, you can really grip and tighten them up nicely. On the back of the bike, you do get a weight holder, which is nice. And looking at the angle of it, it looks like you could probably rotate this bike up without spilling those weights out, just like on the GT Plus video I just made. Up here on the front, you can see there are dual water bottle holders placed on the side, so pretty convenient for grabbing water when you're on the bike. However, with the water bottle holders all the way down there, it won't be quite as convenient as on the Echelon GT Plus video I just made, where the water bottle holders are right up here. So the price of this bike right now, it says it's $999.99, but on sale for $200 off, so right at about $800. And you do also get the 1-year Premier membership stated up there. Looking down here on the box, we can see it says free 1-year Echelon membership included with this bike. Another thing to take into consideration on this bike, since it does come with a tablet up here on it, you're probably going to have to use the Echelon classes on this bike for the resistance and stuff to work, since there's a motor built into it. I remember another thing I didn't like about the original EX4s was you had to enter your billing information, put a card on file in order to get access to those that free year of Echelon. And I had to go back and remember to cancel it before the next year, so I didn't get auto billed for another year. I don't know if that's still the case or not. If anybody knows the answer to that, if you bought this bike and you know if you have to do that still, leave a comment below. It does appear that there's very easy access to adjusting the volume down and up, as well as a power button here. and there is also a 3.5mm jack here to plug in your headphones. Taking a peek down here at the ports, we can see that there is a wired internet connection in case you need that, as well as it appears that there is an HDMI out that you could connect up to a bigger screen, even if this screen isn't big enough for you. I can't really tell exactly what the other ports are down there, possibly an audio jack. It appears maybe 2 USB ports. Unfortunately, in the store, it seems like they just never can assemble these bikes correctly, so this thing isn't even screwed in, which is kind of funny. And then the saddle, I'll try and hop on this thing in a minute, but I mean, this saddle, yeah, it's just like not tightened up at all, but I'll give it a try. Probably have to do some out of the saddle riding, and there will be no adjustments to the resistance since this thing is not plugged in, so it's just not going to work. But just like all the other Echelon bikes, it has 32 levels of magnetic resistance, and you can see here advertised SPD compatible, toe cage, pedals, competition style seat. Not my favorite seat. I like the GT Plus seat better, and a big screen, which is really nice on this Echelon Connect EX4s Plus, the new 22 model. All right, so I just got a little ride in here before they kicked me off. Apparently you're not supposed to be riding these things in the store, but basically this thing, you know, the way it feels to ride feels basically exactly the same way as the original EX4s, not the Plus model. So basically, you know, a good drivetrain. It feels nice to ride. Unfortunately, the resistance won't adjust, but it's just kind of on like a medium to difficult resistance out of the box, and feels good to ride. So for $800, I mean, if you want to do the Echelon platform and you're not worried about like Peloton or Apple Fitness Plus or running any other apps on this tablet, you know, it seems like a pretty quality bike and not really too bad of a price at $800. So anyway, that's my quick little review of the Echelon EX4s Plus here in the store. If you found any value in this video, please give me a thumbs up. Any questions or comments, please leave them down below the video in the comment section. Click that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in my next video.